very hard to bring it back.
You know, every time I do this test, I realize 60 miles an hour is pretty fast in one of these old cars to just be slamming on the brakes. Try it next time you're on the road. Make sure you look in the rearview mirror before you do it, though. Nothing exciting about this car under braking. The only downside is the floats are set a little bit too low, so when you brake hard, the car really wants to stall.
Well, after the second of 5 rounds, the Chevelle redeems itself in braking of all things, and then rockets up the chart to tie itself with the Boss 9 Mustang for the overall lead. When we come back, Peter gets up on the wheel of 7 great dream cars. This portion of the Shootout is brought to you by AutoZone, carrying the Grand Sport line of high-performance pads at over 3,300 stores in the U.S. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Now, good handling in the muscle car context is not crashing while you change directions in the thing. But we needed to have a test that would compare all the cars fairly. So here's what we did. We set some cones 70 feet apart. Now, what Peter's going to do is enter that course in a slalom and drive by a kind of an antiquated timing system spread out over 250 feet. That amount of time will be our comparison for all 7 cars. I feel Peter approaching me from the rear. It makes me nervous because that's how he makes most of his money.
You know, your wife says there's 3 things that never come out of your wallet: your money, your credit card, and that thing that causes that circular impression. Poor girl, I don't know how she puts up with you. Anyway, Corky has supplied us with a bunch of tires from Coker Tire. These guys manufacture original type tires for all of the muscle cars, and actually most of the cars from the 20s all the way up. They supplied us with exactly the same tire that the car left the factory with. This car is an absolute pig through that course. 3,800 pounds, no power steering. You're one way or you're the other way. You just can't control the car. No fun again through the slalom. Pleasantly surprised with this car. Went through there faster than I thought it could. Again, the car, even though it feels heavier, turns in quite nicely, and you can really modulate the throttle here. You can throttle steer the car a little bit. All in all, with the front and rear sway bar, nice car through the pylons. Really, the Boss 429 and the Boss 302, Ford had other ambitions other than making killer street cars. What they really had in mind is to homologate the Trans Am cars or the motor, and to homologate the Boss 429 motor for NASCAR. Even though the 429 wasn't going to go into a Mustang, they decided to put it in